carpenter in White Bear Lake who feels that high school students who aren't making it really deserve a second chance. So he wanted to give them a little push. In order to do that, he created a program, and he called it Strive. That is the subject of Mike Brunswick's People.
Don believes that all young people deserve a chance to succeed.
On December 8, 1993, a carpenter from White Bear Lake, Minnesota, wins a prestigious $5,000 award from the McKnight Foundation. Each year, the McKnight Award is given to 10 people who have shown extraordinary personal dedication to meeting the needs of others. For the past 4 years, Don Mooney's dedication has been to struggling high school students.
You have to have the courage to attend that first class of the day and then have the courage to stay with it. And it takes a lot of courage, about the same amount of courage as it takes getting up in the morning. And getting up in the morning sometimes is real tough.
Most of the kids in this room started out the school year at the bottom third of their class. They are high school seniors, and they are here because they realize the time has come to shape up their academic lives. So they've signed a contract, Don Mooney's contract. It's a pledge to improve attendance, to improve grades, to improve their lives. This is the program at White Bear Lake High School that Don Mooney created. He calls it Strive. It's his incentive program for kids who miss a lot of school. His message is simple: show up, have a decent attitude, do a little work, and your life will improve.
And showing up with a pretty good attitude and do a little work. And if you're on a job, you probably won't get fired. And if you're at school, you'll do better. You'll get C's if you just do those three things. And if you work a little bit harder, if you really turn in all your homework that's really digested and you've really tried to understand what they're trying to give you in school, then you'll get B's.
The message is not new. The kids have heard it before. But it's different coming from Don, because Don has been there.
I was the biggest screw-off in high school that ever came down the pike. And I did it. And I turned it around in my senior year, and I felt better about it, and it changed my life.
Don grew up in California. His parents divorced when he was about 8. He lived with his dad, and they moved from town to town. He changed schools often. Discipline was loose. He and his brothers and sister did what they pretty much wanted to do.
I can remember one time when my older brother was probably 12, and I must have been 10 or 11, and sister was 6, and younger brother was probably 4. We decided we wanted to go camping. So we left a note for my dad, said, we're going camping, and we went camping for several days.
By the time he was a senior, he realized his carefree life was getting him into trouble. He made some critical decisions then that would change his life forever. And now he passes on his wisdom to today's students in trouble.
Well, I think that I'm able to point out that they don't need to struggle, they just need to show up, and the struggling will be over.
I'll get to see. If you are in a position where you can't see because I'm going to be working...
Heidi Woodbury can tell you about struggling. She used to be one of those high school students who would skip school and neglect homework. Friends became more important than grades.
My grades started slipping. And then it was like once they were down there, it would have been so much work to get them back up that I just never had the ambition to do it.
Today, Heidi is a third-year college student studying to be a nurse at the College of St. Catherine. Her first year of school was at the Lakewood Community College in White Bear Lake. She got there with a scholarship financed by Don Mooney's Strive program.
It wasn't like some scholarships where it's just a piece of paper or just something you read about. I mean, there was a person, and he was there to help you. So it made it easier to work for, I think.
Heidi's story is one of success. Who knows what direction she would have taken if it weren't for the White Bear Lake carpenter, who believes in students and their ability to believe in themselves.
Don Mooney has always believed that most people are better off than they think they are. He has realized that in his own life and encourages others to apply that wisdom in their own lives. His success rate in reaching struggling high school kids has been good. Of the 48 seniors who enrolled in his Strive program last year, 18 went from D's to the B honor roll. 2 made the A honor roll. Attendance rose from 58% to 91%. Each year, the student who shows the most improved grades wins a scholarship for 1 year at Lakewood Community College. 10 others get high-paying summer jobs under his leadership to help pay for their education. This is a man who believes the future of every community highly depends on the successful future of that community's young people. And often, all it takes to ensure their future is direction and belief.
Even though they're lower third students, they're all going to end up as participating members of society to some degree. So they're not, they're not stuck in the groove they're in. They can get out, they can do better. Makes me feel good to see them do that.
Don Mooney found a way to improve the grades of underachieving students, to help them gain confidence and graduate with a feeling of accomplishment and a sense of responsibility. Don, we're really delighted to give you this award today. Congratulations.
14 years ago, Don Mooney opened the doors of White Bear Carpentry. He hasn't always been successful. In high school, he was an underachiever.
My main reason for coming to school was to socialize and hang out.
When White Bear school officials asked business leaders for help, Don Mooney came up with Strive, a way to motivate apathetic seniors. He offers a one-year scholarship to the student from the lower third of the class whose grades improve the most.
We take these kids when they're at an age when they want to do better, and we give them a reason to do better.
Heidi Woodbury received the first scholarship in 1991. Now in nursing school, she remembers how Don Mooney encouraged the Strive group.
He would, ask about our progress and just talk to us, keep us motivated, keep us trying.
Last year, 48 students enrolled in the Strive program and improved their attendance dramatically. 18 seniors made it on the B honor roll, 2 made the A honor roll.
Before this year, Paul Rydell got D's and F's. Now, thanks to Don Mooney and Strive, he's getting A's.
I like that competition with the other students, trying to get better grades. I'm trying to beat out the other people.
Mooney doesn't know why his program works. It could be he treats the kids like employees, gives them a job to do, and a reason to succeed. In the community of White Bear Lake, I'm Darcy Polland.
My name is Don Mooney, and I started with Rotary in the mid-'80s. Strive is designed to take seniors who feel that they have not done all they could do, and we learned at work what I tried to pass on through Strive to the students is treat school like you treat work. If you show up and you do a little work and you don't have a chip on your shoulder, you will probably succeed. It's awfully nice, and it's really a privilege to have something that you're able to pass on to the younger generation.